My name is Radler. I also go by Warrior.
My name is Matt. My Glover name is Mez.
My name is Hunter Bruno. I go by Finn.
Hey, Brian Lim, founder and CEO of EmazingLights.
My name is Jolene Boxa. I'm known as Tetris. I'm an EmazingLights sponsor, and I'm a Glover.
Gloving, the best way I can describe it is
Using white or black gloves that have micro lights that are at the tip of the fingers.
And then all you're gonna do is you just go ahead and put it on. You can put the lights on the top or on the bottom.
So you put it right there, and then bam. This is what it looks like. You know, gloving is a way to express yourself. If you don't know how to express yourself, whether if you're not a dancer, you can become a dancer with gloving.
The first recollection that I can remember of it being banned was back in 2010, right after EDC LA happened. Unfortunately, Sasha, the 15-year-old, had passed away, and Insomniac really got a lot of scrutiny for their practices. They started making events 18 plus. They eventually led to them moving out to Vegas, but unfortunately, gloving got banned at that point, and we've been dealing with that issue since then.
All I see is Colson or Humble look at me straight in the eye and say, "Bro, put your gloves away." I don't know what he meant by that. And all I feel is a tap on my shoulder. One of the security guards hands it up.
I go to one event, I'm giving a light show to a friend I know, and I have security come up, tap me on the shoulder and say, "Look, you can't be giving light shows." And it kind of blew me away because I'd never dealt with that before. I always figured Hawaii was so alright with it.
Personally, in my opinion, the whole banning thing is just an outdated law. It was based on a stigma that had happened back when gloving was still starting out, and they linked it automatically to drugs and drugs paraphernalia.
I don't like it, obviously, because as a Glover, that's what I stand against. I also believe that they use, and I mean, it goes on in articles and after article, that the reason that gloving is banned is because it's a drug paraphernalia, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that aren't banned that are just as kind of, it's almost like the same type of party fuel.
So basically, the way how we snuck our gloves in was, you stash them in your underwear.
Stash boxes are pretty much boxers that have like these pockets, and then I guess it's
I mean, it's not the greatest feeling, having that thing under there and standing in line in hot weather.
But it's basically like a thicker fabric that when someone pats you down, they don't actually feel it, they just feel what may or may not be you, put it that way.
Boxers. Does it have a pocket? I believe it has a pocket inside the boxers where you can put your gloves in to stash.
But, we had to do what we had to do. Sometimes security might get close and, they might catch it, might not, depending on, where you stash it. But I got lucky this year, and, the fact that they know that Glovers bring it in, I mean, I know for sure they're gonna definitely bump the security up. That's for sure. I mean, the fact that every year they're constantly finding Glovers and taking away their stuff, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if next year, if I do go, if it'll be the same exact stuff.
I don't agree with it being banned, but at the same time, I know I wasn't supposed to bring it in the first place. So if I were to get caught, I wouldn't put up a fight. I would just be like, yeah, you know what? I wasn't supposed to have these, take them. It was more the experience.
For those of you that know, I used to promote for Insomniac. That is no longer the case. For starters, I couldn't give enough thanks and gratitude for the opportunity that I was given. Dream State, other than this year Nocturnal, has been literally the worst event I have ever seen in my life for gloving. It's a cause because we get hurt, we get molested, we get completely abused. It hurts. I'm hurt. I'm devastated, to be honest with you. that I lost one of the best things that's ever happened to me over these. And these have saved my life.
I know that the worst thing I'd ever seen was in the big Facebook group where all the Glovers kind of get together. It's like 20,000 members or something. It was one event in California called Dream State. And I remember just refreshing the group, and every 5 minutes I would see someone else say, just got my gloves taken away, or even some people just got blackmailed by security, took my gloves and tried to sell them back to me, or tried to sell me someone else's gloves. And I couldn't believe it because it was one event and it was dozens of people, and it was within the course of like 2 or 3 hours. It really felt like it was just this unreal situation that had happened. Like, it felt made up.
I don't see it as a crime. Like, my analogy on it is like, it's like thinking about a graffiti artist. What does he see? He sees art. What does society see? They see a crime.
So the biggest thing that we're doing from the Amazing Lights perspective is gloving is not a crime, or hashtag gloving is not a crime. We've started a petition where we're trying to get all of the glovers out there and fans of gloving to sign it so that we can show the festival promoters how big gloving is to them.
There's also a few college programs that they're trying to put into place, and I think just getting into the eye of the public.
I've seen gloving in America's Best Dance Crew. I've seen it in a music video by Steve Aoki, another one by Cascade. I've seen it on the news a little bit.
So what exactly did it like mean to you, like gloving everything?
See, when you ask me that, it's like, dang, a lot of things just hit me at once, because gloving means so much to me. It's not even, like, that's an understatement, honestly.
Gloving for me it's an escape. Like, it's an escape from life, it's an escape from reality.
It becomes your persona. It starts to develop this mindset that you have where you realize that everything you do in gloving is who you are. Every move, every song that you use, every color set that you use.
Gloving to me is friendship. That's why I got into gloving. That was literally, I don't know anyone at this event and there's like 1,000 people here. I gotta find a way that is gonna get me to meet people.
For me, it's my family. I've always searched for a group that really connected on a certain level.
It's a representation of something you've been through, and I think as for like the gloving ban or just anyone that doesn't really like gloving, I think when people understand that it's more of a storytelling aspect, more than anything, more than drugs, more than partying, more than the music, the lights, more than all of that, it's a story. When people start to get that, that's when they start to care about gloving. Like, that's when it really matters.
It's not about the drugs anymore. That's the whole thing is, we're working so hard on getting away from it. We've got competitions, we've got these sanctioned meetups. It's not about people doing ecstasy and then sitting down and getting their brain melted off by lights. That's not what this is, and as soon as we can defeat that stigma, we're gonna actually be able to move forward.